Hello, sir. Good morning. So, for today, I will be having my oral defense about the meal plan and also for the exercise prescription. So, for the meal plan, let me introduce myself. So, hello, sir. I am Edgardo D. Tutor II, 20 years old, and I am from DDM2 H3. Now, for the trainee's information, the name will be Aldwin Bernales, age 20 years old, and for the birth date will be December 14, 1999. So his height will be 5'8" feet, and for the weight will be 60 kilograms. So for the relationship with the student coach, I am his former classmate during junior high school years. How I computed the needed calories per day. Now, for Aldrin's needed calorie per day, for the formula will be desirable body weight or DBW times the type of activity equals the kilocalories or kcal a day. Now, the method used will be Ador Dinosio, in which the height for every feet will be 105 pounds for the male, and also I'll be adding 5 pounds for every additional inch. So 5 feet equals 105 pounds, and 8 foot will be times 5 equals 40 pounds. So 105 lb or pounds plus 40 lb will be equals to 145 pounds. Since the result is in lbs or pounds, 145 pounds, we will change this to kilogram by dividing 145 pounds by 2.2. So 145 pounds divided by 2.2 is equals to 65.77 or 66 kg. Now for the type of activity, the male student will have moderate or 40 kcal or 40 kcal over kg. Desirable body weight or DBW times the type of activity is equals to kilocalories or kcal a day. So 66 kilogram times 40 kcal per kilogram, in which he is moderately active, is equal to 2640 kcal a day. Now for the sample menu for his breakfast will be 1 medium ripe banana or 1 piece ripe banana for the fruit, and for the meat or substitute will be 1 piece of drumstick, in which it will be 1 fried chicken. So for the rice will be 1 cup of rice, and he'll be drinking 1 glass or 200 ml of non-fat milk. For the distribution of measurements will be, for the breakfast, he will be having a 1 whole piece of medium ripe banana, in which the carbohydrates will be 10% and the kcal will be 40 kcal. For the 1 drumstick piece of fried chicken will be, for the protein, 8%, and for the fats will be 10%, in which the kcal will be 122 kcal. For the 1 cup of boiled rice will be 22% carbohydrates and 2% protein, for the total of 100 kcal for the 1 cup of rice. And for the glass of milk will be 1 or 12% carbohydrates and will be 8% protein, in which the kcal will be 80 kcal for the 1 glass of milk, in which the total kcal for his breakfast will be 342 kcal. For the sample menu of his mid-AM snack will be 1 cup of lettuce for the vegetable, and for the meat or fish or substitute will be 1 slice of ham, and also he will be having 1 slice of cheese. For the rice or substitute will be 2 slices of sliced bread. For the distribution of measurements for his mid-AM snack he will be having a ham and cheese sandwich. So for the 1 cup of lettuce, there will be no distribution of measurements for it. And for the one slice of ham will be 8% for the protein and 1% for the fats. The total kcal will be 41 kcal for the one slice of ham. For the one slice of cheese will be 8% for the protein and 1% for the fats. For the total kcal of the one slice of cheese will be 41 kcal. For the two pieces of sliced bread will be 23% for the carbohydrates and 2% for the protein, which the total of the two pieces of sliced bread will be 100 kcal, in total of 182 kcal for his mid-AM snack. For the sample menu of his lunch will be one whole piece of ripe mango for the fruit, and also he will be using 1 tablespoon or teaspoon of white sugar, and also for the meat or substitute will be one small thigh, in which the sample menu will be chicken tinola. For the rice or substitute, he will be having 1 cup of rice, and he will be using 1 teaspoon of cooking oil for the chicken tinola. For the distribution of measurements will be, he will have, for his lunch, he will be having 1 bowl of chicken tinola, in which the measurements for the 1 piece chicken thigh will be 8% for the protein and 6% for the fats, in which the total kcal for the piece of chicken thigh will be 86 kcal. For the 1 cup of green papaya and malunggay leaves will be 3% carbohydrates and 1% for the protein, which the total kcal will be 16 kcal. And for 1 teaspoon of the cooking oil will be 5% of fats. For the total of the 1 teaspoon of cooking oil will be 45 kcal. For the 1 cup of rice will be 23% carbohydrates and 2% protein, which the total of 100 kcal. For the mango juice will be 1 ripe mango, which for the carbohydrates will be 10%. In total, kcal for the ripe mango will be 40 kcal, and for the teaspoon of sugar, the carbohydrates will be 5%, and the total kcal of the teaspoon of sugar will be 20 kcal. So his total kcal for lunch will be 307 kcal. Now, for the sample menu of his mid-PM snack will be 1 teaspoon of margarine, 1 piece of star bread, 2 pieces of banana for the fruit, and he will also be using 1 teaspoon of white sugar. For the distribution of measurements for his mid-PM snacks will be, and which his menu will be grilled banana. So for the distribution of measurements for the grilled banana will be 2 pieces of banana, in which the carbohydrates will be 20%, with the total kcal of the 2 pieces of banana of 80 kcal. For the 1 teaspoon of margarine will be 5% of fats, which the total kcal for the margarine of 45% kcal. And for the 1 teaspoon of sugar, the carbohydrate will have 5%, with the total kcal of the white sugar of 20 kcal. Now for the 1 piece of star bread will be 25% carbohydrates and 2% protein, with the total kcal of 100 kcal. And for the total kcal of his mid-PM snack will be 245 kcal. Now for the sample menu of his dinner will be 1/2 cup sauteed squash for the vegetables, 1 cup of pork sinigang broth for his soup, 1 slice of medium meat pork for the meat, and 1 cup rice for the rice or substitute. And also he will be having 1 piece of ripe mango and 1 teaspoon for cooking oil for the sauteed squash. For the distribution of measurements for his dinner will be 1 slice of pork for the menu of the pork sinigang broth, the percentage of the protein will be 8% and for the fats will be 8%. So for the total of kcal for the one slice of pork will be 86 kcal. Now for the 1/2 cup sauteed squash will be 1/2 of squash. For the carbohydrates will be 3% and for the protein will be 1%. So for the total of the 1/2 cup of squash will be 16 kcal. For the 1 teaspoon of cooking oil, there will be 5% for the fats. In total kcal for the cooking oil of 45 kcal. For the 1 cup of rice will be 23 kcal or 23% carbohydrates and 2% protein. And for the total kcal of the 1 cup rice will be 100 kcal. And for the 1 piece of ripe mango will be 100% carbohydrates and the total kcal for the ripe mango will be 40 kcal. And the total kcal for his dinner will be 287 kcal. So for the total calories of his meal plan will be for the breakfast 342, his mid AM snack 182, his lunch 307, mid PM snack 245 kcal, and dinner of 287 kcal. So in total calories for his meal plan will be 1363 kcal per day. Now for his exercise prescription, the first day of training will start on October 21, 2021 and it will end in November 9 due to the fact that his family are experiencing COVID for from October 6 until October 31 in which one of his family members died. So our ch- so for so our exercise prescription will not suit for the best because of the fact that I was waiting for him to recover since we all know that COVID will affect us, especially in our physical activities. So for the frequency will be 1 time a week and the intensity will be moderate or light. For the resting heart rate will be 65 beats per minute and heart rate reserve will be 64%. So for the target's heart rate will be 220 minus 19 minus 65 times 0.64 plus 65 equals 152. So his heart rate at high interval will be 152 beats per minute. So his heart rate in low interval will be 220 minus 19 minus 65 times 0.32 and plus 65 will be equals to 105 beats per minute. So for the time of our exercise will be in 20 minutes. For the warm up will be 2 minutes and 40 seconds. For the stimulus will be 15 minutes and for the cool down will be 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And the number of cycles will be 1. And the type of workout or the type of the prescription will be workout. For the muscular resistance training prescription, the trainee's age will be 20 and the goal will be physically fit and active and also be healthy. And the volume will be moderate. And for the frequency will be 1 time a week. The duration of the session will be 20 minutes including warm-ups and cool-downs. Now for the warm-up stretch, we will be having jumping jacks which duration will be 40 seconds and we'll be having 1 set and 1 repetition. For the wide stance stretch, the duration will be 30 seconds each side and the sets will be 1. For the arm stretching, the sets will be 1 and the duration will be 30 seconds on each side of the arms. For the stimulus or exercise, there will be leg raises which will be having 2 sets and the repetitions will be 15 reps. and rest will be 1 minute to 30 seconds to 1 minute per each set, and the load will be 60% of 1 RM, and the RPE will be 8. Now, mountain climbers. So the sets of the mountain climber will be 2, and the repetition will be 20 repetitions. The rest will be 1 minute per each set, and also the load will be 60% of 1 RM, and for the RPE will be 7. Planking will be having 2 sets and 1 repetition. So each set will be doing 30 seconds each set for the planking, 30 to 20 seconds. And resting time will be 1 minute on each set. For the load will be 60% of 1 RM, and the RPE will be 8. Squats will be having 2 sets and 20 repetitions, and the rest time will be 30 seconds to 1 minute on each side or on each set, and for the load will be 60% of 1 RM. For the RPE will be 8. Now, glute bridge will be having 2 sets and 1 repetition, and also the resting time will be 30 seconds to 1 minute on each set, and the load will be 60% of 1 RM, and the RPE will be 5. And lastly, the cobra pose will be having 2 sets and 1 repetition, and the resting time will be 30 seconds and 1 minute, or 1 minute on each set. For the load will be 60% of 1 RM, and the RPE will be 5. Now for the cooldown stretch, we'll be having hip flexor stretch for the duration of 30 seconds on each side, and we'll be having 1 set. For the quadricep stretch, we'll be having 30 seconds on each side and 1 set for the exercise. And for the standing forward bend, we'll be having 1 set for the standing forward bend for the duration of 30 seconds with 1 repetition. So that's it for my oral defense, and thank you for listening and good morning.